I think we're good to start. If you guys are, I'm good.
Yeah, I'll probably be going in and out of video because I'm actually eating dinner. So
What
I
you
don't
got?
think anybody wanted to. Just a burger. We had to run out. Like we took my son to see a movie, and then just the way timing worked out, my wife was just cooking burgers upstairs. So I ran up, grabbed the burger, but I don't want to be on camera. Like,
Okay, we can shoot the shit for a while
As
while you eat. Yeah.
as
well,
realism
whatever. Yeah, yeah. I don't want to.
Yeah, take your time.
It's like
And
whatever.
and
That's
and
fine.
as a
truthfully,
space burger.
I don't want to. This sounds wrong. I don't want to play too much tonight because it's going to be
Okay.
a lot of like, oh yeah, So I'd rather just sort of
Yeah.
like dust it
All
off
right.
and then
Sure.
whet the appetite to like really hit the ground running. So
Okay. All right. Then I'm here. I'm listening. So if you guys like say something rude to me, like, well, my mouth is full, I can't
That's all.
say anything.
Tasty burger. Roll yeah with cheese. Put
and
all the
what
burgers
kind
on
of
there.
like give us the details? It's just like
It's
meat on
just
a bun.
I mean, yeah, it's not a bun, but I'm just like we rushed, right? I was like, I ain't got time for none of this. Like, there's aliens that are going to be attacking me here any minute now. So like, that baby down. So literally, it's like a burger with some lettuce and some mustard, and boom, done.
We're like 8 sessions in and we haven't seen an alien yet, Rob.
I know.
It
I know. We got this like
cool your jets.
GM that can't seem to get us to.
Did you guys get to explore it all in the station? Because I think I might have missed
That's where we
the last
left.
one, probably.
That's where we left off, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I think so.
And I am recording, but I will edit out if there's chewing or whatever on camera. But that's fine.
Ain't gonna be no chewing on camera.
Okay,
Larp.
I'll also police it. I'm just saying. But yeah, where we left off, I think we had just crashed into Heliostat station, and the dust had settled. And I guess narratively, we'll say that Spencer is like wading through like the underbelly of the Hermes, assessing just how fucked everything really is. Yeah, and I think the latest assessment that you guys had was like you hooked up with Mother up to Heliostat and got like a readout that things are bad, right? This thing is on like minimal status of like whatever like can sustain life. Like what it's like the needle is just hovering on the line. Whenever there's like a power hiccup, all of a sudden like it's not habitable, and then it goes back to. Does that make sense? If a rat's chewing on just the right wire, nobody can breathe for a while.
All the lights go out. Yeah.
Yeah. Um.
Yeah. I remember there was something about there are life signs on certain decks of the ship, or at least we got some indication. Oh yeah, we saw a guy too.
So, yep, somebody waved you guys in, and he had stationed himself. So the hangar bays that you guys came into, there are guns above it, and he was like hanging off of one of those, sort of waving to you all as you came in. Correct. And yes, and then life support scan shows that there's indeed life on Heliostat station, which is a you were told it'd be there wouldn't have been any on the way in, if I'm not mistaken.
That's right.
Mm-hmm. I'm missing anything else? Oh, you rescued Dr. Julia Reynolds. She's currently hanging out in sickbay, chain smoking, and talking about how coming here is a big mistake. She stole
Yeah.
Alistair's cigarettes.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember where I was with. Did I stay with her? Was I like hanging out with her, or did we all like?
I think we reconvened on like the bridge
Okay.
to get the lowdown on Heliostat.
Yeah, she was the life pod we pulled out of the other ship before that all came apart.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And then the last thing I want to go over is on Owlbear. I have like a schematic of Heliostat, the hangar section. Let's see, pointer. Yep, you guys are in 2A. Ooh, right here. Then there are the other rooms 2, 3, 4, and 5 are all hangar bays that are connected. Between hangar bays 2 and 4 will be the sort of like the door to like the walking plank that is tritium holding. So it's like picture Event Horizon,
Okay.
and how like the ship had like that long hallway with like all the tanks along the side, that kind of a thing. Those lines with like the little lines through them means as access to exterior, so outer space. And then the room number 1 up on the way above is security, sort of like customs kind of a thing, like all the security teams that probably vet all incoming shipcraft. And then down at the bottom is room number 6 is a like an emergency room, medical ward, first response kind of a deal. In the hangar around you guys, the lights are out, and except for the emergency strobe lights that have come on because you guys smashed through the doors, right? And then emergency paneling like came down to sort of reseal the hangar, although it's the equivalent of like a spare tire. It's not built to last.
Great.
Don't lean on that wall because you'll go right through it, kind of a deal.
A shitty little ship.
It's like a plastic tarp over the hole that you guys kind of came through.
Awesome.
Yeah. Any questions about the layout of the map?
Yeah, just security on top, medical on the bottom, and then the 4 hangar bays.
Correct.
Awesome.
And then between hangar bays 2 and 4 are to tritium holding, the tritium holding hallway.
All right.
Rob, I didn't get a chance to say this, but I too had a hamburger for dinner today.
Uh-huh.
I didn't.
Oh, you missed out. What did you have?
I
Want to be included, Miguel?
No, I'm all right.
And my wife's got me on a diet now, and one of our meals was like a turkey burger salad. It's like you just stick like
That's
the turkey
not a
burger.
hamburger.
It's not. You take a turkey burger patty and throw it on like a salad.
What happened?
Are
Why are
you-
you on a diet?
Because I'm fatter than I've ever been in my life, dude. It's time to. I'm
What
like
happens?
I'm at like the tipping point. I either need to like dedicate and become like a big fat dad, or like put a couple more years at the end of my life and save some arteries or something like that. I gotta make a choice
It's-
now.
Yeah, I've been there, man. I'm like after the holidays, I mean, January basically we went real strict, but I mean this time last year I was probably, I bet you I was 80 pounds heavier than
Damn, man, that's awesome.
Not possible.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I wish it was impossible.
You're an inspiration.
Yeah,
Good for you.
don't be inspired. I gotta prove that I can hold this weight for another, year or two,
Mhm.
and then we can talk inspiration.
Hey, man, I'm always open to talk about it because I'm always struggling. So
It's rough my whole life, man. And because I was at the same, it was like the heaviest I had ever been, and I was just like, this has got to stop.
yeah. Or I gotta lean into it, and just that's my personality.
I just couldn't get. I could no. I was like, no.
Get bigger pants.
Yeah, I actually have bought bigger.
Oh, it's rough.
That's what gets
Rough.
expensive is the pants.
Yeah. All right,
And it's
man.
like I don't have to deal with that shit yet.
No, it's a little earlier on the chain, but
Yeah, your metabolism will get your ass soon enough.
it's coming.
All
My
right,
mic, my flip mic is busted. So if I start out of habit, I might try talking to you when I'm like across the room. So if it's bad,
all right.
let me know, and I'll like run back over here and say something. But anyway, all right.
Whatever you're on sounds good now. So
Yeah.
Any?
Yeah, but it probably doesn't sound good right now, does it?
That was all right.
That's all right. Yeah.
Oh well, then my laptop's picking it up pretty good.
All right.
I'm just all right. Anyways, sorry.
Laptop's putting
Go
in
on.
work.
I'm listening.
All right.
Yeah.
Any last questions about where we left off or your current surroundings before I open the scene? I think imagine where we left off. Spencer has said, I got to go do blah 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 down below to make sure the ship is, you get like the full idea of like how bad the damage is. It's really bad. But otherwise, that leaves the three of you on the bridge of the Hermes.
Okay.
I imagine the view through like the front windshield is like askew because the ship's like, and maybe like the gravity is like turned off, so you guys are like all of a sudden like everyone's kind of like crooked. Yeah.
Just had a crash landing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, there's no gravity, you said, or there is?
The artificial gravity of the Hermes is probably turned off, and now relative to Heliostat, Hermes is crooked.
Oh.
So everything's like leaning now in the Hermes. Does that make sense?
Yeah. It's like we parked without the landing gear down.
Exactly.
Oh. Well, I'm just a kid. What should we do?
No. First things first, major kudos for not smashing us into the bulkhead.
Yeah, why would you let me drive? That's crazy.
I don't know why we did that. I think it was our.
I'm not sure why we didn't have a pilot.
You don't need a pilot in this campaign.
Remember that
Somebody
chestnut?
hit the FTL drive before we do what we were doing, and here we are.
Mother said pilot not needed for this mission.
Yeah, I know. I remember asking.
And you believed it.
Yeah, well, it's on us. That's right. It's on us for not bringing the pilot.
Yeah. Flashback to whatever station that you guys left Lachlan at, and he like shows up at the hangar bay with the pilot.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I seem to remember that Rick, speaking of Lachlan, wanted to find Mother. Well, I guess I had already gone to Mother because I have a note that says Helios Station has been quarantined according to Mother.
Yeah. I forgot Mother said that.
There are a
Yes,
few
yes.
different
Of course.
colonies that have been established within the station.
Yeah, but more accurately, there are like pockets where people have established what looks like long-term housing, despite Heliostat being mothballed. Correct.
Okay.
Direct, which is in direct conflict with the fact that you were led to believe that this place was completely abandoned.
Right. And because I think Rick was trying to send a message to Lachlan to say, like, hey, I got your kid. She's here and safe. And like, WTF, man, why is she here and safe?
Did that work out?
Yeah.
It did, because she happens to be an ace pilot.
Or
Well,
at least
I mean-
a really good Fortnite gamer or whatever.
Yeah, I mean your message going through. I mean,
I don't know. I didn't take a note on it.
What you
It
get,
was like,
yeah, when you send the message, what you get is that like Hermes links up with Heliostat's communications array, trying to like relay through Heliostat, and you're in the queue for a message to go out.
right.
is there air? Are we wearing our suits? Or are we still in the ship? Like
You're
in the Hermes?
Still in the Hermes, which has air.
Okay.
Heliostat, this section also has air.
But it's basically being held in with the emergency doors, right?
Paper bag.
There's that.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, life support has been activated in this area. This zone.
Yeah, well, at least we have that going for us.
Yeah, we're in.
Nice.
How much faith are you gonna put in that?
Well, I'm bored. Should we go outside?
Whoa, whoa, whoa,
See
whoa,
what we're
whoa.
working with.
Wait a minute, Gigi. I don't think your dad would want you going outside.
I heard outside. Let's go. Beep.
Yeah, and I'm gonna assume Spencer will probably be busy fixing things up. It'd be nice to like try to resupply the ship if we ever have to like go on the float or get out of the away from the station. Um, but I don't. Yeah, realistically, I don't really know exactly what we need or what we're missing.
Did we? We played around with the idea of having like a supply, like a general supply on the Hermes that you guys can pull off of to get like stuff that you need.
I think you said the supply dice, right?
Yeah. Do you guys remember what the pool is at right now?
Not
We have 3.
okay.
Supply 3. Okay.
And then in addition, we've got 5 compression suits, a motion tracker that Gigi has, a cutting torch, a bolt gun that Spencer has, a pistol that I have, our harpoon grappling gun, an incinerator unit with 2 reloads, and a cargo loader P5000.
Nice.
I assume nobody is carrying in their backpack.
Well,
Like one of those
power-
exo-loader things,
I
right?
like, right. I'd like to whip out my cargo loader.
Yeah, the power loader. Let's use that.
Oh, do you guys think maybe Spencer's flagged that for like I'm gonna need that to like right size the ship?
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Him doing work, sure.
Yeah.
Oh, well, then no. Of course
No,
not.
that's easy. Come on, let's keep it realistic, Matt.
So Gigi, just don't get into any trouble, okay?
Okay, and then she's gonna fire up the tracker. She's got like 3 charges left.
Okay, make a supply battery roll on that bad boy before we forget.
How did that work again? Just 1d6 or 3d6?
You said it's at battery 3 or whatever.
Yeah.
Power 3. So you roll the 3 dice, and if you roll face huggers, that's bad. Ones.
Well, yep. So I rolled a 1.
So now it goes down to 2.
Yep.
You juice it up a little too strong, or maybe you have to in order to get pings.
Anything?
Without laboring like the mechanics of your motion tracker, you get activity reports in areas 1 and 6. There are signs of life and movement.
Okay.
Oh, there might be people here, or a cat.
Yeah, we should definitely keep an eye on that. I want to know what was going on with those guns. I'm assuming that's probably connected to security because I do remember seeing, an actual person, just manning one of the, I guess, the point defense cannons. Was that the same like weapon that was firing at us as we came through, or okay?
It was on the
Interesting.
ship or on the ground.
The station has guns, and it was shooting at you as you guys flew in.
Click the wrong button.
You good?
No, let me see if I can get back into the.
Can I have a gun? This sounds dangerous.
That's going to be a no for now, GG. But hold that thought till we know what we're working with here.
Rick, it still says you're an owlbear. If that's the problem.
Yeah, I'm on the map. I had
Okay.
accidentally like jumped out. I clicked the home button instead of the players button, and it took me out, but I got. I was looking to see like, is there a pointer?
The
What might be
above the
There
T.
it is.
Yep.
Yeah, there it is. Okay. Okay, great.
what might be really good to do if the Hermes is beyond repair. We could see if there's any other ships parked either this hangar or the one next to us, hangar 3.
Here.
Each hangar is sized for one ship.
Okay.
so you know you're alone here.
Is it connected to 3? Can we see what's in 3? Or
Yeah, those little
what is
circles to
this?
the line were supposed to be doors.
It's not open, you're saying?
The doors are closed, but they are connected.
All right. We have to get out of the ship, I'm guessing. So we have to
Yeah, I guess let's
make a
pile
choice.
out.
And where's the command deck? Is that up in 1 or because
Yeah, it's
6
1.
is med bay?
Yep.
Okay.
One
Sure.
is
Okay.
one is command, like kind of like customs. In 6
Yep.
is like a ER emergency room med bay.
Okay.
It's not
I-
the med bay. It's
Yeah,
just one.
I think
Yeah.
I think just for the record, I think Rick is over in 1. He's probably like frustrated and trying to.
He wants to go to 1?
You guys can go wherever you want. I'm just saying that Rick is, if anything, I'm trying to give you guys space to do what you're doing because Rick would not be like he's going to go to command central and try to get control.
Okay. Well, yeah, Hotshot. Well, let's stick together on this one. I think. Let's see what those motions are. What's making a
Okay.
signal?
So that's 2 votes to head to operations security, room number 1.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
When you
I wanna see the
guys
pinks.
open the side hatch for the Hermes, because I imagine like the main, like below whatever it is, probably. You guys are hit with stagnant, like everyone's here is probably used to like recycled station air, but at least most stations take like some measure to like mask it or cover it, cleanse it. It's not being done here. It's foul, musty, cold air. You can hear the sounds of like distant chains overhead rattling, still like from the shock of your impact. You can imagine that there's probably some like overhead cranes and stuff like that up above. And you can hear the seal on, like the emergency seal on the hangar door that you guys broke. You can hear, it sounds like wind howling through it because it's not like completely intact. And there is a constant, like, it almost feels like wind pulling in that direction. A constant reminder of just how, like, literally paper thin the safety seal on the broken hangar door is.
If we didn't do this, Alistair will steer everybody back inside the ship to put on suits. I don't know if we declared that or not, but
Okay. A little retcon. You guys are like, wait, actually, suits sounds like a good idea.
Yeah.
Good idea. Okay. So you're wearing them, but maybe like the helmets are off or whatever, and they're powered down. Okay.
Yeah, we punched a hole in the ship. Why wouldn't we wear suits?
Makes sense to me. Crossing the debris field that is Hangar Bay 1A that you guys are in, over to the elevator doors that'll lead up to Operation Security.
Does it work?
Does it work? I need a second. I'll be right back. I gotta go get something over there.
Okay. While you're doing that, I'm going to push the button.
Nothing's happening.
Look, the camera's
What could it
following
mean?
Matt. We can see his secrets.
Back. Yep. Okay. Had to get the camera back. And also hi. No, the button does not work. Although when you're standing next to the elevator door, you can hear like the machinery on the other side sort of like rattling and grinding, straining to function. The elevator is moving.
Like away from us.
I mean,
or
did the button
toward us?
change that at all, or this is?
On second inspection of the button, like maybe like tap it, the call light like flickers on, showing you that the elevator is actually already in motion.
Okay, I'm getting my shotgun out.
So is it coming towards us or is it going away from us?
Indeterminate.
Okay. I press the button impatiently.
Okay. From doing that, then all of a sudden, like, you can hear the machinery on the other side, like, kind of shrieks and squeals, and then you can hear it, like, the gears, like, seizing up, and it stops functioning.
Uh-oh. A crappy place.
GG broke the elevator.
Should we take the should we take the outside stairs?
Yeah, is there like an access ladder or something else
Mm.
you could find?
Yep, there's a little hatch next to the elevator door. It's like a manhole in the wall, and when you pop it open, it's gonna lead into the elevator shaft and allow you to like circumvent the elevator car by taking like ladder up instead. Does that make sense?
Mhm.
Ascend the scaffolding by a ladder that wraps around the elevator.
Nice. And what's the rough distance from here looking up? We're in a hangar, right? It's pretty high.
It's a lot, actually.
Okay.
Yeah, the operations is like distantly above all the hangars in practicality. So I think this would be like a good time to test. I think it'd be like stamina. Maybe athletics would help or something like that. You guys, you will strain yourselves climbing
jump?
this much ladder work in big heavy spacesuits with all your gear.
Oof.
Don't forget to add stress dice if you have them.
Yeah, there's no athletics, it's just stamina, I guess, right?
Yeah, but is there a skill that would?
There's agility, there's strength.
Let me open up a character sheet to look.
Would it be easier to go outside?
On the
The
float?
spacewalk.
Yeah, Gigi just wants to go outside and do another space jump. Did we ever do a space jump? We did, right?
We did, yeah. We crossed between the two ships.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
Yeah, sorry, I was going to try to make it work in Owlbear, but physical dice is.
Yeah, this is a
kind of
stamina
easier to
check.
get this
Sorry,
working
I
here.
got my terms mixed up. Stamina is the skill, and it's linked to strength, the attribute.
Okay. I just roll that as a.
A pool of d6s, yeah. And
Do we still have our stress from before, or is that gone?
I think we should reset
Okay.
because it's been a while. I don't think you even remember why you're stressed out in specific.
Because I was driving.
Yeah.
All right.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Is this a only the stress dice are bad, right?
Yes. Ones on the
We
stress
don't
dice
have-
are bad.
And we don't have any at the moment.
Yeah. So all that matters right now is sixes are successes.
No successes for Gigi.
Okay. If you
Okay, one success for Alistair and one face hugger on the stress die.
Okay. Say that one more time.
Rolled 3 for my stamina
Mhm.
or my strength. Got one success. I rolled 2 for my stress. Got one face hugger.
Okay. So that means you are at risk of panicking. So I think that means you roll a d6 and add your panic score. Rob, you can tell me if I'm wrong at any point, but you need to get above a 7 on this to panic. So you got to roll.
Okay, what if I hit 7?
7 is you'll be panicking. So you get.
Ooh.
But a 7 is not a big panic.
But does Gigi just get stressed then for a failure, or?
So if you fail, you're gonna want to push it. So you take a stress point and then re-roll with the new stress die.
Or so roll 5 dice now.
Mhm.
Like strength is 4. I have 0 stamina.
Yeah. And Rob, Rick, did you roll to get to ascend the elevator shaft?
I did not. I didn't realize I was going to. I have to do that to get to one.
Yeah,
I was going in.
we're all on our way to operations right now. Yep.
Oh,
Fuck it-
I
fuck
thought
you
those guys
guys.
were I thought they were going elsewhere. So no, I'm sorry, I did
That's
not
okay.
roll because
Yeah.
I thought we were split up. What do I do? What are we going for here?
So
You said stamina.
yep, stamina. So strength and stamina.
Okay.
So Matt,
Yeah, I am
no
not
success
a,
again.
I am not a stamina.
No
guy.
successes again.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, I imagine this is like we almost dropped Gigi.
Yeah, she's like, I want to go outside.
I got one success.
Okay. So here's what happens. Climbing the elevator shaft again takes a long time. It's really heavy in the spacesuits that you guys are wearing. Gigi, at some point, your body just gets too tired to you have a moment where you like slip and you're about to fall down the elevator, like the shaft. Alistair, you reach out and you like grab her by like the collar, like the cuff of her suits, and like swing her onto like footing. And at that point, Gigi, you're gonna be done. You're gonna take a break in this elevator shaft for a while. And instead, Rick and Alistair will reach the top of the elevator shaft. Gigi, you'll join us in like a turn or two.
Yeah, I'll hang out here.
Yeah, just relax on scaffolding kind of
Yeah.
deal.
Sweating bullets.
But Alistair, it shook you, right? So with your nervous twitch stress, your stress level and the stress level of all friendly NPCs in short range of you increased by 1. So everybody's gaining a point of stress because Alistair is he's like swearing under his breath and thinks his microphone is off, but it's
God, sucking fucking face sucking.
face sucking.
Did I suppose we weren't smart enough to tie any belaying ropes on anybody, so like if Gigi truly falls, she's caught.
Didn't sound like it.
Okay.
Didn't sound like it. And Gigi almost fell, but didn't.
Yeah.
We'll just
Right.
arrive delayed. Okay. Security and operations. As you guys like sort of like stumble out of the manhole in the side of the wall next to the elevator, you arrive in like a security firm kind of lobby. It's set up to do like a lot of screening, like there's body scanners. It's like an airport checkpoint kind of a deal. And it's covered top to bottom in dried cakey gore.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. I mean, I think at least for Rick, like as soon as that door opens, it would be like the intent to stride in confidently and then the like spin around, like, oh my god.
Yes. Awesome. You can hear there are like automated cameras and they're trying to like pivot to like track the motion that they're detecting, but they're like it's so caked in dried over blood and stuff like that the cameras, you can hear them like clicking as their motors can't like overcome the amount of gunk covering these things.
How fresh does any of this look? I guess this would be a good time to use my investigation, right?
Yep. First, I think this is a point of stress for everybody, just for seeing.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And you can. This would be a great time. You don't roll your investigation. Just you have investigation. It's old. It's very old. But as you sort of like overcome the suddenness of what you see, Alistar, the next thing you recognize is that someone in like one of the back rooms is whistling, sort of like a happy-go-lucky little tune.
Okay. Racking a shot into the gun, and woo, let's be as quiet as we can from here on out.
Okay. Options here: you can go into like security offices, or head towards those back rooms, which also talk about like there's signs for like gun control, gun like turret control is the term, and armory. So offices, armory, or turret control.
I think Rick kind of grabs a hold of Gigi and just is like, "No, kid, we don't want to go in there. We don't want to go in there. Let Alistair check it out."
Oh, she's on the stairs. She stay behind.
Oh,
Well, so that
okay.
worked. That works because Rick, you said you kind of turn and go back because it
Right.
can. So Gigi, just as you arrive now,
Oh, okay.
kind of behind.
Mhm.
Um,
Yeah, and Rick's doing that adult thing of like, "Oh, hey, let's distract the child." Like, "No, we don't want to go in that direction." Alistair, like, let us know. Like, "Oh yeah, Gigi,
Is the fun over there? Is the fun? Where's the fun?
I have a radio with me. Can I like give that to these guys? Like, does that split up, or is that something that has to be routed through like a more like a terminal?
I'm definitely okay with you guys. You have a radio. You
Yeah.
give them the other half. That's fine. Yeah. Plus,
Okay.
everyone's wearing a suit, and I think those have radios in them. So one way or
Um,
another,
yeah.
you got some
Okay.
radios.
I'm gonna try and just step around the gore, or on the quietest bits. I think.
It's one part like sticky to your boots, and then other parts where it's sort of like gotten like fused up in gelatinous. It like crunches and like sort of clusters around your feet as you step through it. Altogether,
Yeah.
unpleasant.
This is. I think I'm gonna head towards the turret control actually, where the whistling was coming from,
Right. Okay.
because I need to know what is out there.
Sure. Just as you open up the door, and there's warnings about like, past this point will be airlocks to go outside and like access the turrets and blah blah
Okay.
blah. But you're in the room where you could like electronically control the turrets. As you enter that and see that the like cockpits for controlling the turrets are all also like there's like an old body in one of them. Uh, it's kind of hard to tell at first glance how he died, and before you can get a chance to approach it and look, the airlock starts cycling
Behind me or in front of me?
in front of you, like it's
Okay, yeah.
finishing cycling.
I think I'm gonna kind of try to step back out of the room and just kind of press myself
Okay.
on the outside wall.
The airlock doors open, and the whistling is from the man in a much older looking suit than yours. He's got a couple generations old of an EVA suit. How good is your memory, Alistar, in broad terms? You think it's pretty good?
Pretty sharp, I would say.
It's the guy who was waving to you from the gun.
Okay.
Yeah.
Here's our welcoming party. Just talking through to the guys. Um,
He doesn't notice
yeah.
you. And as he steps out of the airlock and into the dim lighting of turret control, you can see that he's a large, like physically overbearing, large man. Even inside of his EVA suit, you can tell he's big and imposing. His face is covered and his hair is like interrupted by like ancient like burn scars. You can tell at some point he was pretty horrifically injured. But he's sort of shored that up with weird um, uh, graphical tattoos that sort of come up around it. You can see them come up around his neck and even like around like his cheekbones and up to his temples.
Pirates. Squatters. Well. Does he appear armed?
No, you don't see any weapons on him. And he is set to continue whistling and walk past you towards the entry lobby of operations.
Okay. So now he's kind of between me and the elevator.
Yeah, since you've like backed up against the wall. Yeah, he doesn't notice you. In fact, he has sort of the like glassy, slack-eyed look of someone who has walked this path. Like when you walk in an area so many times, you like don't even look around it anymore. He mutters something about, "Oh, I hope the elevator's working by now."
Oh shit. Guys, I think there's someone coming towards you. Yeah, looks like someone who's been in the station for a long time.
Are they nice?
I think Rick gets down by Gigi and says, "Kid, we gotta find a place to hide. We gotta find a place to hide like quick.
I'm very good at that.
All right, I will follow you."
Okay. So are you two hiding in the elevator shaft or like the lobby of operation?
I mean, if there's a vent, Gigi will probably crawl in there.
Okay.
And Rick will try to follow after her
No.
if he can fit.
Take it.
Too small.
That's fine. I could find that. I could see that happening.
Okay. How about a Heidi roll from the two of you then, to see if you can sort of like squirrel away before he join up.
Can Gigi use her agility for this?
Yeah. I don't have a character sheet on hand. I'm not sure what this.
There is a survival. There's like wits and survival. There's agility and
Like an 8 on agility.
well, don't forget to roll your stress dice too.
This would be, I think, mobility. I could also see wits and survival to like find somewhere to like duck behind.
Okay.
Either one's good.
Actually, her mobility is the one that has a 3 on it, so she has an 8 on that.
Rick gets 2 successes, no failures.
Rick ain't stressing.
He's probably looked at plenty of plans of Heliostat in preparation for this, so it's like, yes, I remember.
No failures, but
like
only
pre-circled all the hiding spots.
right.
No failures, but only 1 success.
That's all you need. Both of you are able to squirrel away in. I'm assuming this means that you guys were in like the operations lobby.
Right.
And then the guy arrives at the elevator and like hits the button a bunch of times. It's like, this damn thing was working before. And he opens up his EVA suit, like the front of it, like he unzips it, I guess. Well, it's kind of hard to believe an EVA suit is just a zipper. He opens it up and he reaches inside and pulls out a shotgun.
Okay.
And you can kind of get the idea that he's aware that something, because again, like he said, like the elevator was just working before. Something. He's immediately suspicious.
Since I'm behind him, can I get the drop on him essentially, and just drop it?
Yeah. You level your barrel, maybe like you cock the gun so you can hear it. He goes, "Oh, okay, okay, I thought so." And he like holds his hands out with like the oops, my camera. He holds his hands out with like the loop of the shotgun like in his finger, so it's sort of like just like dips in it, like he's got it by the trigger guard, I guess, dangling off his finger. "Visitors, are ya?" He says this to you without turning around.
Yeah. On the ground right there, and just kick it away. Thank you.
Yeah, he tosses the gun to the ground. Doesn't seem plussed at all that you have a gun leveled at him.
No.
I'm going to turn around now, friend. Is that okay?
That's fine by me. I'd like to look at you in the eye.
Okay. He slowly turns around, and you now realize that not only does he have these burn scars and tattoos, but also like one of his eyes is like it was probably like lost in the fire. It's just like a socket. Welcome to Heliostat then, huh?
Thank you. Not to be untoward, I just have to make sure that I don't have any surprises. Are you here by yourself?
Yes, I'm here by myself. I was the one on guard when you guys came a knocking.
So how many of there are you in your crew?
Our numbers grow by the day. It's hard to say.
What yeah, why fire at all the ships coming through here? I mean, surely some of them could have had something useful for you.
Oh, no. You think oh, and he's trying to be disarming. But it's not too good because he looks like a scar burned grizzly bear. Um no. The guns, they're automatic. You can't control them. You had the wrong IFF on your ship, didn't you?
And none of you ever have been able to do anything about that?
I no. I'm a tritium technician. I don't know anything about guns, especially big guns.
All right. We need
You
yeah,
need
we
help.
need to be able to fix our ship. Yeah, and we also need to find out what happened here to your crew and any others.
Do you notice he's taking like a small step towards you?
I probably would. Yeah.
Okay, he does. I can't help you if you're gonna point a gun at me, friend. Now, how many there
Um,
are you? How many do I need to help?
we have enough to be self-sufficient, but we do need to repair our ship. And I think, yeah, I'm gonna really, double down on my like, don't touch me kind of voice, and really,
He stops walking towards you and he puts his hands back up and oh yeah, self-sufficiency is important out here in the cold void. Me and my brothers have mastered the art of self-sufficiency. If that's what you seek here, you've found it.
what happened here in this room? Just say like indicating the gore.
He looks around as if he's seeing it like for the first time. Oh, I disagreements maybe? Hard to say. Things have been like this for so long on Heliostat. How do you know I was here when these things happened?
Well, when did you get here? I mean,
That
the
depends.
station's been mothballed for a long time.
That depends. When is it? What when is now? What
Oh
time
boy.
is it?
Yeah, I mean, I can give him the star date, whatever supplemental.
Yeah, you get it off your watch maybe? Because he's like what I need to know the exact date and time.
Yeah, I mean, it's a Wednesday. I don't know.
When you consider like he gestures at your watch maybe, and if you look at it, he lunges at you, is what I'm getting at. He attacks you. Um, so I guess this is going to be him testing his jump ya versus like your composure, I would think.
Okay, bring it.
Okay. Let's see. Test your.
Can those of us hiding do anything? Like, I think Gigi wants to grab the gun that he dropped.
Okay, wait on it. Yeah.
Oh shit.
Free gun.
Hold on. Yes, the gun did drop by the vent we were hiding. At any rate, I think this is him doing his mobility against your observation.
Okay.
What do you have there?
Oh, an observation. I have 3, and then
Got your stress.
yeah. Am I adding the attribute dice as well, or
Always.
okay, cool. So then I've got 8 on observation,
Awesome.
which is my top stat, and then 4 on the stress.
How'd you do?
Let's see. And stress was. Ooh, okay, did all right. No ones on the stress, and 3 6s on the
Dang. Okay.
within the 8 roll.
Awesome. Okay, so you got your wits about you, literally, and he like makes like a lunge at you, and you react like you square your gun up on him, and he stops again, and sort of tries to laugh it off, like just checking, you know, just
You
testing
really
you.
don't want to do that again. That'll be the last time.
Fair enough. You don't blame a man for trying. Stranger comes into his home violently and then points a gun at him.
Not violent, just taking care.
I saw
And
what you guys did to the door.
sorry, you guys can come out now. I think they're.
What's this? And he
Ooh.
turns to look around as
Pick up the gun. Oh,
kid with a gun.
shoot him! He's Canadian.
Like I think Rick is just comes out and is like, you and your people need to get off Heliostat. This is property of Wayland Utani. You shouldn't even be here.
He spits at the floor when you say Wayland Yutani. Those dogs left us to rot here.
They didn't even know. We didn't even know you were alive.
No, he over his shoulder. He looks at Heliostat and says, "This man is a liar."
I look at Alistair. I'm just like,
Yeah, what's my sense of whether he's telling the truth about being a tritium or original worker on the station? Does that time frame kind of square up with his appearance and all? Is there a uniform to speak of?
Yeah, he's in like scraps and tattered like leftovers of that is sort of hodgepodge together. There's nothing on him that wouldn't, I don't know. You're gonna have to trust your gut on this one.
Yeah.
So far.
Right. Well, this is what we're bringing is clearly not enough to do. What we are here to do is find out what happened to this station, and you and your brothers, whatever you guys need. I'm sure we don't have enough. Like I'm sure that whatever you're looking for, we don't have it.
With his hands up, he starts backpedaling to the elevator again, and without taking his eyes off Heliostat, sort of like reaches behind and like grabs. This time he like grabs the button panel and just sort of like wrenches it off the wall. And again, without looking, which sort of betrays just how familiar he is with the station, starts touching some of the wires.
What Rick is like looking at you, Alistair, like, stop him. He's damaging like company property.
Can I shoot him?
Yeah, that might be a gun butt, I think. I have a subdue
awesome.
skill. Okay. Yeah, maybe I try using that out.
Talent, rather?
Yeah, to talent, and I think that's on my close combat skill.
Okay. Colonial Marshal. Subdue. When you attack a humanoid opponent in close combat, you can declare that you are trying to subdue them. You get a +2 mod to the attack. You don't inflict any damage. Instead, you hold your opponent in grapple. Okay. Cool. So you're going to roll your close combat with +2 dice.
Okay.
Try to bash them. Now, I'm not sure what kind of a defense roll. I do have Rick's fancy dancy cheat sheet out.
Oh dear.
I'm very out of practice on this. How you doing on your roll?
No successes and 1 failure.
Okay, so you can't push the roll because you got the panic.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so go ahead and roll it's a d6 plus your stress level.
9.
Okay, you resolve the action. So you try to butt him. It doesn't connect, and he steps back into the opening elevator when it does. Sort of, like he just kind of like evades you as you go to attack him. And he points one of those like thick calloused fingers through the door. He's like, see, I was right about you. You came here violently. I'm gonna warn the brothers. And as the elevator door closes, Alistar, you realize you've even dropped your gun in the exchange.
Oh shit.
You dropped it, and it like skittered across the floor into the elevator. So the last thing you see of this guy is he sort of like bends down and like picks up your revolver, like dangling it as the doors.
All right.
Well,
Well, GG, you got a gun now.
she's like putting it in her backpack. This is my gun.
I don't think you should have a gun. A gun, Gigi. Those things are like
Everybody
very
has a gun
dangerous.
here.
Not
No,
everybody
not
has
me
a gun.
anymore.
I mean, I really think you should give your gun to the marshal there, Gigi. Give that gun to the marshal.
Fine. She's gonna hand over the shotgun to Alistair.
There you go.
Do you know how? Do you know?
Revolver.
Don't
Like,
don't
where
drop
do you
this
have
one.
all this stuff? Like your backpack of holding. Right?
No,
You
this is the
just
gun
reach
that
in.
the guy dropped.
Yeah, he
Wow.
dropped his, and so we just exchanged. It looks like.
So this is your chance to see that the thing is custom made, even
Well,
but from like scrap parts. It counts as a shotgun, but it's not like any manufactured weapon.
You know, I
Gotcha.
guess, Alistair, I thought your reputation that you'd be better at this than that.
look, I'm not trying to spread more gore on the walls here. This is that guy knew stuff. He's been living in this station. Whatever you're trying to do, whatever this mission's about, he'll be the best person to help us. But
He's gonna go.
I
get
don't
his
know. I don't
family.
like what he's talking about with brothers and I don't know.
They're vagrants. They're vagrants. They don't even belong here. And if they're former employees or current employees, they'll get back pay.
You warned Spencer?
Yeah, we should head back. We should at least try to patch through to Spencer or head back. If there's a quick, could I make a quick assessment on the gun panel?
Like the turret control.
Yeah, the turret control.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he was the guy was 100% lying to you.
Okay.
The off button is like this big red like off button.
Can I push it?
Yeah.
Let's set that to off for now, and if there's a way I can maybe
the classic e-stop button, like anybody could have.
Easy.
Yeah. So the guns can be deactivated. If that's what you want.
What are you doing, Alistair? I mean, messages are queuing. Something's got to be down. Comms has got to be down or something because the messages are queuing. I've tried sending something back to Wayland Yutani, back to Lachlan, but nothing's getting out. It's probably a comms array down or something.
Yeah. Yeah. After we hit the off button, I wonder if I can just kind of bash a few controls to try and keep it off.
Whoa! What are you doing? What are you doing?
Well, we'll fix this later. Don't worry.
Done.
That's company property.
Yeah, done.
I look at Gigi. Your dad's not going to be happy about this. We got to keep the station operational. We're going to need this for the tritium. Once tritium processing is back up, do you know what it's going to cost us to get supplies out here to fix this stuff?
Yeah, and if they're actively shooting down those supplies before they get on station,
completely agree. But maybe I could have done something. You didn't have to go and bust it all. Jeez.
Well, we're not staying here. We have to keep moving. We have to either get back to the Hermes or could you tell which way that elevator was headed when you got in?
It only goes down to the hangar.
Okay, then let's get back to the ship, guys.
We call Spencer?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Spencer answers and he says, "Hey, I saw. That wasn't any of you. Someone went running by.
Did you try to stop him?
not really in the contract. That's what Spencer would say, right? Like,
Exactly.
Yeah.
anyway, he headed out, I think, towards Tritium Holding. Who was that guy? Did you guys see him? Did you guys...
Yeah, squatter with tattoos and burns.
You didn't introduce yourself? Oh.
A soon-to-be former employee of Wayland Yutani.
Just lock the ship up, Spencer. We'll be there in a second.
Yeah, you don't have to tell me twice. I'll go take a quick Union 15. No problem. Have I got the character down pat? I think.
That's so
Exactly.
good.
It's gonna like lock the doors.
Yep. Now you guys are locked out of the ship. All right, but this leaves you alone in the gore-filled like security checkpoint. Getting a better look around, you get the impression that maybe if the station ever gets visitors, they're brought here first for vetting, and then allowed into the station writ large. Again, other rooms there's an armory that looks like it's like the doors like hanging off the hinges. And then there's offices and you get the impression that there's like more like computer terminals and control access in the offices too.
You said there were pings on 1 and 6, right? So
Yeah.
probably the rest of his
Life
families in 6.
Could be, but Spencer said the guy ran out of this whole area altogether towards Tritium Holding.
Which is like completely different part of the map. Okay.
Exactly. Yep.
Oh.
So Rick will definitely like check out the computers, see if any of them are functional, try to see what surveillance is up, all of that. Basically run some systems diagnostics and everything, regardless, to try to get a lay on this, get a handle on the situation.
Sure. Next to one of the consoles that you approach is a couple bottles of like isopropyl. And you get the impression that somebody used the alcohol to like douse the computer terminal to wipe it clean of blood, because it's like a clean spot in like the middle of all this violence.
Yeah.
Yep. And the computer seems really well intact. There's just like I almost said like the Windows login screen, but basically the login page on the terminal waiting for you.
Okay. I mean, Rick will try to log in. He's also, I think Alistair is a contractor, right? He's not a Wayland Yutani employee.
Correct.
Okay. And Gigi is obviously the daughter. So I mean, I guess he's being a little cognizant of like who's around as he's trying to get into these Wayland Yutani systems.
Sure. When you punch in your usual login, that should work on any networked device.
Right.
It doesn't work at first, and you realize as you sort of like troubleshoot it, like the firmware version of this terminal predates your employment date.
Oh wow!
So you're not on the books for this system yet.
Right.
But maybe with a good ComTech roll, you can run a little firmware update and get yourself on the books.
Yeah. So that is absolutely. We're gonna do a little hacking. Let's see. So I've got 8 for ComTech.
Holy Toledo.
Plus my stress dice because I'm feeling a little stressed. All right. So watching Alistair, keeping an eye on Gigi as much as I can. Rick down. He's also kind of disturbed by all of the blood and gore going on here. And all of those dice and not a damn success in any of them. 11 dice and not a single success.
You gotta push.
No.
Are there any games on the computer?
Yes, I will push. I got to remember I take a stress. I remember that.
And then you reroll.
And then I reroll. All right.
And that I believe is actually like, as I'm remembering what I have read about the rules, I think that's how you mostly gain stress in this game, is by pushing. To me, it feels like that's.
Yep.
Yeah. you can for sure. So now I have another die. So now I'm rolling 12.
Ooh.
Nothing can go wrong. You got to be freaking kidding me.
Oh,
No, I got one success.
Okay.
12 freaking dice, one success.
Nice.
That's all you need, buddy. You're able to log in. Sorry, GG, there's no games. There is a with one success, I don't think you can quite access the rest of the ship controls.
Yeah.
You're
I would
able
agree.
to see that there is a backlog of messages, and you're exactly right. There's something like the comms array is pointed in the wrong direction or something like that. There's a physical problem with the
Right.
communications hardware that'll need to be fixed on site. However, a pre-recorded message queues up, ready to play or be downloaded. And my
All right.
question to you guys is, I have this typed out message, and I thought it'd be really cool to get like an AI voice to read it and record it. I wasn't able to find a voice that was suitable. It was all they all sounded terrible. So I'm
Read it
gonna
yourself
it's
using your
long.
Canadian accent.
Canadian.
I'm sorry about this.
Okay, I will give you the crib notes and then send you
We'll
the
get
full
TikTok
transcript.
to read it.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, TikTok.
Attention all station personnel, this is Commander Maria Rodriguez. I'm issuing a level 4 evacuation alert. We're facing a critical situation and I need everyone to listen carefully. There's a pause in the recording here as Rodriguez gains her composure. You can hear her like breathing on the microphone. And it's also interrupted by like chaos in the background. If you're not mistaken, maybe you hear like the staccato clap of gunfire. She continues. Our tritium mining operations have gone sideways. Negotiations have broken down and our resources are stretched thin. We're making a move to the surface of LV-908. Resources should be more plentiful there, and the planetary facilities offer better long-term survival prospects. Now you hear alarms and footsteps in the distance, in the background. We've assessed the risks and staying here is no longer an option. A group of us, roughly half the station's population, will attempt to make it to the surface. We're taking the shuttles to the designated landing zones. If you're hearing this, you can still get to the surface safely, and you can still get to the surface safely, follow the evacuation protocols. We'll regroup on the planet and figure out the next steps. The gunfire is closer now. She says, grab whatever supplies you can carry. I repeat, essentials only. We can't afford to be weighed down. We'll establish a makeshift base and send out signals for rescue. Communications with the corporation are currently compromised. And now she pauses for careful choosing of her words. We're leaving this message for those who may come later. If you find this and the station is quiet, follow us to the surface. We have a fighting chance down there. Stick together. Watch each other's backs. Rodriguez out. But the recording ends abruptly before she can finish saying Rodriguez out.
Like Frederick? That type of thing?
Yeah. So I'll share the full transcript in Discord later.
Okay, great.
Nice.
Negotiations broke down?
So, I mean, I think Rick kind of like does the whole kind of falls back into the chair and looks at Alistair. It's just like,
Half of them went down there. So
how do you figure half?
yeah, that's what she said. Probably
say
with the
half.
Whalen-Yutani staff or
Yeah, I guess
the officers. I don't know. Yeah. What was the roster on I don't know if we had a rough estimate of like the operational crew size
Right.
of this
The
when it was
official
up running.
roster said 0 because abandoned.
Yeah.
Well, okay, but I know what Alistair seems to be at is like when operations were up, right? There's got to be basically Rick will start looking. There's got to be some record of what the personnel rosters were like.
Sure.
Whether they're here or prior, just trying to get like rough numbers. And when she said about negotiations broke down, were we negotiating with maybe a revolting union
Sounds
of
like it.
tritium technicians? Is that the? I mean, I can try to dig around. Basically, I'll try to get immediate answers for Alistair on that, and then it's just like some of this is going to take time, Alistair, and frankly, I mean, frankly, you're not Wayland Tani. I mean, there's only so much that I can probably share. I mean, I got to think about my job, right?
They knew they were losing control of the situation, so they abandoned ship. What the hell are we doing here?
Well, we're here to reset up this mining operation. That's what we're here. We're here to find out what went wrong and to try to get production back up. I mean, why else would we be here? Can you imagine how valuable this is going to be once we get this problem solved? I mean, a rebellion, sure, but I don't know. Maybe we negotiate with them, offer them a little bit more pay, back pay, a little bit R&R, send them back to Earth for a while, lock their asses up.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Rick, I do want to make sure that because of your character's background, you know that I would describe the station personnel as nothing out of the ordinary.
Right.
But there were some log notes about like ongoing union, discussions and stuff like that, but nothing that hinted at rebellion or
rebellion.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is. I mean, and I'll say, I mean, from going through the notes here, I mean, this is all pretty typical stuff. Labor is always going to like try to get what it can from the company, right? And the company's always going to push back and try to keep costs low. Everybody needs their tritium. Like those that mine it need it so that they can sell it to us so that we can like put it to use, and those of us that use it need it because we use it. I know I'm glossing over it for you, but it's like this is how it works.
Well, let's see what else we can get from, I don't know, from raiding this office or raiding the armory. I don't think Spencer's in immediate danger. Gigi, you want to check the armory with me?
Well, wait. Shouldn't we get
Guns?
comms?
Heck yes.
Well, I think that'll probably be a spacewalk if it's misaligned, like it's saying.
Ooh, spacewalk.
I don't know. Well, how much control can we?
I'm going to see if I could go find Spencer then. Maybe we'll put him on because I feel like we need to phone home, right?
Or phone down to LV908.
There's a scary man running around with a gun. But okay.
Sorry.
No, I mean,
I also, to clarify, the comms array is on like the main spire of Heliostat, not here. It's not a problem that could be solved here at this problem. Yeah.
So it's down on the surface?
No. It's in like the core of the station.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Sorry.
It's not outside the station though?
Yeah. If we can look at on the lower channel in Discord, I did upload like a whole picture of the station.
Yeah.
And you guys are on like a far wing connected by like a big hallway. There's that like big clump in the middle. At the very top is the comms array.
Well, it's a military post.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ignore that part. I did my best Googling.
Are you talking about the part that's by the drone launch tubes?
Boy. Let's see if I can do something else here. Let's go to Owlbear.
Well, it's kind of like how
I uploaded the picture on Owlbear. I'm sorry, guys. So let's just
okay.
Oh,
thank you.
Yep. So you guys are here.
In the pointer.
Yep.
There we go.
Yep. Comms array is like here.
okay.
It's a space
Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So you'd have to make it through Tritium Holding, that long hallway with all those pods on them. That's all Tritium tanks.
Got it.
And then there's the actual like core of the station is that like cluster in the middle. That's where you'll find everything that space stations usually have of this nature.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. Um, and that was unbeknownst at least to Rick. You said the guy, the Scarface, went hidden towards the comms array, effectively.
In that direction, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
And I'm sorry, where's Spencer and where did we dock?
Over here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I guess that's where.
Everything's happening on this piece right here.
Gotcha.
At the top
including
of
the comms. Gotcha.
The comms is all the way over here.
Yeah, that's quite a trek. Okay.
Hmm.
Good to know.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we're gonna have to probably just prepare as best we can, like fortify the ship or the hallway that leads to it, and then try and make progress towards that location. But yeah, I want to see if there's anything maybe of use in the immediate vicinity for operations.
Yeah, I'll as you look inside the armory. I think that's true, what you're saying, right? The armory.
Mm-hmm.
It's been pretty thoroughly picked over, but what's left behind amounts to, I'll say, +1 to your group supply die of like random bits and bobs, as well as uh a bladed weapon of some kind. What kind of bladed weapons do we have in this setting?
Anna?
Maybe like a bayonet, even, for like a pulse rifle.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll fix a bayonet on this scrap gun.
Sure. Yeah.
No more faffing around. That's
I don't know
sure.
if bayonets are even a thing in this, but they are now. And +1 supply die. I think that's the real
Okay.
takeaway. Yeah.
So we have 4 supply dice now. Is that what I'm hearing?
That's what I'm hearing too.
Okay.
Does it? Are there any markings for the airlock that he came through initially? Any indication where that led to?
Oh yeah, it leads to the actual turrets on top of the station, on top of the hangars.
Okay.
That were shooting at you as you guys flew in. In addition to the remote control station that you destroyed, you can actually sit in the gun and like aim them and shoot them. Although that probably doesn't work anymore because of.
I might have messed that up a little bit. Yeah.
Guns be
Okay.
busted.
I'm gonna assume that the emergency escape pods or whatever they were using to get to LV-98 might be elsewhere in the station. Is there anything that looks like that around here?
Not here in security, but as you do find like a in case of evacuation, like a procedures manual.
Oh yeah.
The nearest escape pods would actually be in the emergency ward, number 6. They had escape pods, and they had robust escape pods actually made for you can put
Lifeboats.
Exactly, yeah, like hospital beds and shit in there. Yeah.
Cool. All right.
Are you really suggesting that we're just going to abandon this station, Alistair? There's insurgents here.
Yeah, and I don't know how many there are. So if the Hermes won't boot up, we need an out. I mean, many more Whale-Yutani employees thought the same damn thing.
Well, yes, but they're not as skilled as you, right?
I'm just gonna blink at that. Don't know what to think.
You were hired to do this.
I can put together, a causal chain, and what I'm seeing right now points to a way bigger problem than one or two or even three of us.
Causal chain. I can put together a freaking causal chain too. Do you know what the causal chain ends up with? None of us getting paid and all of us being out of jobs. That's the causal chain I'm concerned about at the moment.
We get paid?
Yeah, if your dad is happy, you'll get your allowance.
Awesome.
I don't know. I mean, so okay, so we jump in one of these pods and we go down to the ground. Then what? Our ship's up here. We have no comms. Nobody knows what's going on. I mean, I think Rick's starting to like see the big picture here, and it's not one that he likes.
All right now, Rick. You know, no need to yell. I think we're gonna just have to do the best we can. And I think right now I just need to know, you know, yeah, say those escape pods are an option, or they're if they're functional, right? If that's something that we have as a contingency. But yeah, I'm more and more worried, like as time is going on, about what Scarface and his friends might be up to.
I like that you guys are calling him Scarface.
Right.
It's way better than the name I had.
What did you call him?
Canadian guy.
Bareface.
Yeah.
That's because that's the gentle way to refer to him.
Yeah.
The rest of us aren't very PC. All right. So okay, fine. We go check out the pods as a contingency, right? Contingency, not as like that we.
If there's any buttons, I'm gonna push them.
Thanks for reminding us, Gigi. Yeah, let's think about this. Can we?
Yeah, I don't know, man.
What about that other ping? There are lots of people in the back.
That was the med bay, right? Where the escape pods are. Yeah, let's do that.
Okay, so I'm guessing this means you guys called the elevator this time.
Still work?
I mean, if you guys can figure out like the wires that he pushed together, yeah. After a while, yeah, sure, you guys get the elevator, and then you drop back down to room number 2, which is where the Hermes is, and then probably cut straight south to number 4, which is an empty hangar bay. The walls of which have like a lot of crates and junk all over the place. There's some lockers here and there. But when you arrive to the door leading to number 6, at this door, you arrive just in time to hear some gunfire
Ooh.
on the other side.
I need a gun quick.
And then you hear, after the gunfire, you hear someone go, "Whoa, whoops."
Okay.
Ding.
You open the door. As you open the door, it's a short hallway leading into, past because these doors are made to open quickly, for wheeling people who have been injured in and out. But next to the doors leading into the emergency ward, there's like a pocket cubby that's been opened up, and a gun turret is like quickly like rotating around. And all of a sudden, this guy hiding behind a crate sort of like reaches up and grabs just the nearest one of you. It doesn't matter which one, and pulls you down next to him and says, "Everyone, get down here right now. It's live."
You.
I think I turned it on by accident.
Okay.
Put the gun turret in the ER.
This is a hospital, right?
This he's having trouble, like he's so busy, like worried about the turret that
Hi, I'm Chichi.
who are you guys?
My dad owns all of this.
What?
Yeah, Rick
Yeah,
like
we're on
looks
a
at the
field
guy.
trip right now.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Rick's like, I'm Giovanni Riccardo. I'm with Waylon Yutani. She's not kidding. Her dad actually owns all of this. I'm here to like reestablish communication with like Earth and try to get this station back up and running. Who the hell are you?
Your question is punctuated by another round of gunfire.
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone ducks. Yeah. I'm Sam Collins. I'm the acting chief medical officer on Heliostat.
Gun in here.
What?
Why is there a gun in here?
You guys aren't from Heliostat is covered in automated guns. And you're supposed to wear around your ID tag is supposed to tag you as IFF. I don't know, some like again like another round of gunfire. He like kind of rolls his eyes and waits. They touted it as like a cost saving measure instead of having like security forces on the station. They'll just use these guns. And I guess the programming is going kind of haywire. And to prove his point, like he like takes out his like weathered and beaten ID card and like holds it up like past the crate and like shoots it in half. He's not supposed to do that. Look, he like kind of points around the corner of like the gurney or like whatever you guys are hiding behind. Down there, there's another medical officer's body. I saw her ID tag was still there. It might still be good. If we can like spoof the gun with it, I think we can get by.
Okay, go get it.
No, you go get
We'll
it.
wait here. We'll wait here. We're the guests.
I don't know. I can.
No, I mean, we don't have ID tags at all?
Mm-mm. That's something that Lachlan probably should have given you, huh?
Yeah, I'm kicking myself for not grabbing the one up from upstairs. But yeah.
Hey Rick, maybe if Waylon had actually signed off on this project, they would have given him some.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Nice.
maybe.
Well, okay. So I look at Alistair, I look at GG, back at Alistair, back at Collins, and I'm just like, I mean, do you have a badge reader or something? Is there back in security, right? I mean, Alistair, if we can get a couple of blanks, I mean, I can probably make us up some badges. I mean, I know how those things work, right?
They're just locking on to the actual like badge as it moves, or
No,
they're person without it.
People, yeah, yep.
Movement
People,
or
yeah.
people?
Yeah, people.
Oh.
It's
because I was gonna like maybe throw a flashlight or something to see if it'll track it.
How much experimenting do you do, right? If you throw the whatever like piece of junk you can find laying around, no, the gun doesn't shoot at it. It is just people.
Yeah.
The tags are supposed to like shield you from being detected.
Okay.
They're probably almost like a personal area network, kind of Bluetoothy kind of thing, right?
Sure.
Probably.
Yeah, that sounds exactly the overcomplicated solution for this cost-saving measure.
It's probably actually quite cheap, like an
Crazy.
like an RFID. I'm thinking it's like an RFID with a
Sure. Yeah, and it's even cheaper because it doesn't actually work. So I mean,
right.
You can cut.
Okay.
Put a few.
I don't know that.
Test it, yeah.
I was gonna say I don't know that it doesn't work. So it seems to me like a smart idea to try to make a couple of these badges.
He said there was another dead doctor in here.
Yeah, down the hallway is another time. And maybe her badge will work, is what he said.
Like, did we see what killed her? Like, was it obvious, or she was just dead?
Just dead.
Would this mean dashing through gunfire, or just?
Yeah. Interesting.
Or
yes, sir.
We go back, and I'll try to make some badges.
All right, lead the way.
Okay.
Sam, yeah, come with us.
Okay. Sure. I mean, he heard you guys talking about this idea. It's better than what I was gonna do. That's for sure. That's for sure.
How do you guys get anything done down here?
Well, so montage as you guys walk. We'll ask these questions as you guys are walking back to security. Look, we don't actually come out towards the hangars because like he gestures at the back at the turret. The place is crawling with these kinds of things. It's heavier out here, where people come in. Uh, but we're running low on medical supplies. Back at the at the station. Like he means like the main part of the station. So I thought I'd try my luck coming out here to the ER, see what I could find.
You know the Canadian guy that's meat?
Canadian guy.
Yeah, he's got like this ugly face.
Oh, Farseer. Yeah. You met Farseer?
Mhm.
Who are these people? He said he was a tritium technician. Didn't look like he'd been doing anything with tritium for a while, but
Oh, well, I mean that's because we haven't had a tritium shipment up from planet side in months. And the holds are full. Like, what else are they gonna do? No, he's nuts. He's nuts.
Holds are full. Why haven't you guys sent a load back to Earth?
No ships have been coming. I was kind of hopeful that maybe this was it. He gestures at you and the Hermes as you guys walk past it.
well, for now this is it. But we
I
need to
marked
get
it.
a message back out.
Oh,
Do you have
Like-
a way to access the communications from here?
he sort of from here? No. I could have gotten you access to the comms station, at the top of the spire. And then he like holds up his blasted ID card. I don't think I have access to anywhere anymore now.
I'm not
Actually,
gonna stop you. I'm 12 and I drove this ship here.
You drove. Wait, what? Like he looks above you, Gigi, at the two adults. He's like, "You guys are kidding, right? Like just a 10-wheel
yeah,
or something."
He's talented.
We were told
field trip.
We were told we didn't need a pilot. Yeah.
Yeah.
The whole system. Well, like as you know, it's a cost savings measure. The whole system is automated.
Oh, sure. Yeah. The same company that made these turrets made.
Right. push button pilot.
Yeah. Okay, so we're at the backup and security, and we're gonna try to make some ID badges, basically.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I'll be going through the security thing.
Maybe
According
somebody
to
left
Paula-
theirs in the office,
Right.
so there's some manila
Based on,
folders we can
like,
look at.
policy and procedure and whatever, because I'm sure Rick knows those things. So like they should have them here, and we should find a machine there. I don't know if he'll find any of that stuff, but
Yeah, I think. Long story short, I think this boils down to a comtech role.
right,
Yeah.
which I'm good at, and I'm stressed. So hey,
Winning combination.
what can go wrong?
Well, hold that thought, right?
Let me make sure I got enough dice here. So 8 plus 4, so 12 dice. Two successes and one panic.
So you panic doing this, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Roll that d6.
Yep. D6, so 4. I got a 4.
And plus
Plus my stress is an 8 total.
your stress is 8?
My stress is 4.
Total is 8. Tremble.
Total is 8.
Any skill rolls using agility suffer a -2 modification until your panic stops. So I think for the rest of the session, we'll say
Yeah.
the culmination of all this near miss with the Farseer or Scarface, as you guys call them, and being shot at by auto guns has left you with a semi-permanent tremble.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah, but long story short, you're able to recreate everyone here in this room is now Collins as far as these ID badges are concerned.
Let's hope this works.
It'll work. It'll work. Don't worry. I know how to do my job, Alistair. I know what I'm doing. Do you know what you're doing? No, I don't think you do. Like,
Can I get one in pink?
GG, mom and dad are.
you can get one in whatever color you want. Here, have a crayon. Go find a crayon or a marker or something.
Just come out of your butt? Why are you so mad?
I'm not mad. I'm not mad.
Okay.
Do I look mad? I'm not mad.
You sound stressed, is what it is.
Well, I am a little stressed. You know, I mean, more of the same.
Yeah. Okay. The only other takeaway, as you went through like the station roster to find Collins in the electronic org chart of Heliostat, he is actually like a considerable number of steps down to be considered the acting chief of like medical chief on the station. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yep.
He is punching way above his pay grade.
He's the designated survivor.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%. And now so are all three of you with your ID badges. Plus another one for Spencer.
Yeah.
Okay, are we gonna try that that hallway again, everybody? He seems pretty gung ho to do it.
Yeah, I mean, you must really need what's back there.
You know, people
The
are
med bay?
people always get sick. You know, like I gotta do what I gotta do to try to keep it together.
Okay.
Okay. Back to the hallway, and sure enough, Collins volunteered. Yeah, he holds up his badge, and the gun does not shoot at him. I think we're good, guys.
First, we're good. I know what I'm doing.
Okay. Why? Like, as an aside to Alistair, he's like, why does he keep like affirming that? Like, who's like, I
It's
wouldn't
just his
doubt
thing.
him.
Let him have his thing.
Say it so many times.
He likes to be in charge.
Sure. Okay. I know the type. Yeah.
Mhm.
He approaches the
I
end of the
can
hallway.
hear you. I'm right here.
He swipes
He
his
likes
badge.
you to call him Captain.
All right, Captain. You can go on in first.
Captain. Man, Captain, you go in first.
Captain D's.
God. No, we're not doing that. Okay, the doors open up, and it's a circular ER wing. Terminal, like nurses station in the center, and then like a ring of like patient rooms all around. They're all sectioned off by what you realize are like glass panels and doors that are meant to be pressurized, giving you the impression that on the other side of each of these patient rooms is actually the escape pod that you're supposed to be able to like dump the whole room into the escape pod and jump off Heliostat in a pinch. The place looks thoroughly ransacked. And all the patient doors, like the glass panels, have been covered in some sort of grease or oil as if to deliberately obfuscate them. Except for
This isn't right.
most of them are actually covered in, sorry, not oil, that's the wrong word, scorch marks on the inside.
Like scorch marks from having ejected or from having been burned somehow?
Ejected is the exact,
Okay.
yeah.
So the pods are gone?
That's the presumption from standing inside the doorway into the ER ward, yeah.
Uh-oh.
Okay, I guess that's not happening. Any other guns? Looking around, like any other turrets?
Collins is like, I think we should be good, and he steps ahead of you guys and starts immediately like jumps over like the circular station that the nurses work out of, and starts like opening cabinets and like scooping stuff out onto the floor. Like clearly he's like, I'm gonna get it all out and sort it out once I've got an assessment of like what's here. As you guys watch him, he moves on to like the third cabinet and gives pause, and he goes, wait, I don't know what this is.
What do you got?
Come and see this. And you come around, and there is a body has been stuffed into a cabinet.
Oh, Gigi.
Cabinet?
Yeah.
There's a dead lady in the hallway.
Forgot to, yeah. Don't tell your dad.
And then Collins, like, gloves. like he puts on some gloves and he reaches in and he pulls the body out.
I mean, I jump back like, what? I hate this place.
She's like,
The worst contract ever. As he peels the body out of the cabinet, you see that the chest is sunken as if it's been like blown out
ugh,
from the inside.
did you get shot?
No, this doesn't look like a. I mean, Collins like rolls the body over. A bullet to make a hole that big would go. Like he looks at Alistar like apologetically, like through.
Oh no, look at my shotgun. Yeah, I don't think so either.
And he rolls the body back over, and yeah, like the chest is blown out.
Ugh.
Point of stress.
What?
Yeah.
And I like how everyone is keeping a solid look. Like, no, I don't know what this means at all. Thank you all. I appreciate it.
We don't know what's happening.
What could it be?
This place is yeah. This place isn't coming back online for a little while, I think.
It has to come back online. This
Also full of tritium. Did you hear that? We have a full shipment ready to go.
Collins looks up
I
to the body.
know.
He's like, yeah, the tanks are all like we're actually it's against policy to have the tanks this full because it's volatile.
yes, you should have fixed the array and let us know that the delivery or the space trucks were overdue. Space truck.
Space trucks.
Space deliveries.
The carriers.
Yeah, no, let's stick with space trucks. That's better.
Yeah, this person wasn't killed by
tankers.
a
The
by a
space tankers.
turret or nothing, but do you think Scarface or his people might have done this?
They're not.
This
Well,
Farseer?
You're the investigator, right? Or you're talking to Collins?
To Collins, yeah.
Yeah, they're not. They're crazy, but they're not violent.
He was pretty mean to me about being violent. He was on my ass about that, yeah.
Oh, okay. I've never seen him do something like this, like gestures on the body.
What led to the people evacuating in the first place? Do you know? Were you here?
Yeah, it's. I mean, you're not going to believe me that they're not violent, but negotiations broke down, and listen, Wayland Yutani attacked first. So
What?
I don't think.
No.
My dad?
No. Wayland Yutani would not attack. No.
Your dad is Wayland? Her dad is Wayland?
Practically.
Holy shit.
Practically.
Her dad is not Wayland. Her dad is with Wayland.
Okay. Yeah, no, they put in like it's hard to remember, it's so long ago. They put in like a curfew and they claimed to find some people in violation of it, and
Well, when an insurrection is underway, this is standard operating policy. So that means that like the labor must have been like acting out of turn.
it's not an insurrection to ask for. He starts like you can see which side he's on. It's not insurrection to ask for fair wages and habitable working conditions. Blah blah blah. It's recycled language. He's been given the spiel. Yeah.
Right. And I can imagine like Rick is already like stressed out, and so he's just like, no, you're not going after Papa and Mama like hard. I have to believe they're coming for us, that they're going to get us out of this situation in which we have found ourselves. So, anyways.
If we go back with you to the Spire, Collins, are you guys in control of communications there, or is Farseer?
Wait, say that one more time.
Oh, I'm just asking if he thinks the like the faction with Farseer would be in control of communications, or if he and the other survivors or the other I mean, yeah, like I don't know, you're
Wayland
unaffiliated or
Yutani bailed. Like
yeah.
Wild's left. Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so it's not like there's another two factions left. It's just all everyone who's left. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I don't think we made the best first impression. But
Why? What happened?
nothing quite like that though. I'll put it by.
Well, I mean, again, that wouldn't have been him. You know, this doesn't lead to. And look, he examines the body, like he turns it over, and he says, "No, this." He holds up the ID badge. This was a tritium miner.
Yeah.
It's his people.
Well, let's get everything we can carry out of here and
Yeah.
see if I'm.
Yeah. Okay. Long story short, Collins is able to put together like a milk crate of medical supplies for him and one for you guys, which will equal another supply die.
Nice.
And then he says, like, look, I appreciate the peril you guys are in, but I'm not sticking around with you. Just like I can't be. You have to be vetted, right? Best of luck to you. And
Yeah.
like he's turning to like leave.
Yeah, I mean, let the other people know we're not trying to mess up the the
Status
order of
quo.
things here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll do what I can. Yeah, you guys seem all right to me.
How many of your people are shacked up hiding?
I think there's about like 50 of us left.
Do you have weapons?
I mean, like he gestures at Alistair's shotgun. Like he's like, I know where that came from. Yeah,
We get a little friendly exchange.
Well, right, but I mean,
I'm scared. I want to go back with Spencer.
If we need to take back the station, your people have arms, right?
Let's take back the station from Wayland Yutani. They've left.
From the insurgents, from Scarface and his group.
Shit.
All right, so just to be clear, it's not me who's misunderstood. Like to one, Collins, those are one and the same. So he's like, what are you talking? What do you mean insurgents?
Well, I know they are to him,
yeah.
But like,
well, I get what you seem
right. Well, never mind. Just I guess take your supplies and like just be ready if we need help to like get them off the station. We're gonna need to know how to get in touch with you. We got to establish. We got to get communications back up. We got to get like the craft coming to pick up supplies. We got to get this station back up and running. I mean that's what we're here for, right?
Look,
right.
And
he
looks
at
you guys have done me a favor, getting me in this room. I'm going to pretend. I'm going to pretend I did not hear you say you want to get back in touch with Wayland Yutani. That makes us even. So I will still put in a good word for it on your behalf. And I'm going to leave this conversation.
Let's leave it there.
Good luck.
I'll pull Rick away. What are you doing, man? We're gonna have to play it real cool from here forward.
Creepy.
Yeah, if there are 50 people here, like he says, like walking away, I guess.
Right.
We can't be banding around the company name, because they're light years away.
Alistair, we are on a company station. This is our station.
Well, not right now.
These people are trespassing on our property. We have to this is what we're here to do, is reestablish control of this operation to get
as you guys are talking,
flowing.
Like you hear the doors close behind Collins as he enters the hallway, and then the turret lights up.
Right.
Oh.
What the heck?
and then the doors close.
Was that? Did he just get offed?
That's somebody else.
I mean, we don't hear it when you say they like they fire.
Yes. Oh yeah. Yep.
Well,
it's still
Rick ducks and hits the ground.
Point of stress.
I thought you said these worked.
I believe getting shot by auto fire is a point of stress off the bat.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken. So I'm going to say a point of stress for hearing that. And I'll parking lot that rule.
Yeah, I mean, we're this point. Are we down hall from the guns again?
No. You're in room
Okay.
number 6. Collins
Okay.
turned to leave it.
Gotcha.
And once the doors close behind him, the turret's shot.
Fuck. Yeah, that's not good. Honestly, yeah. Let's Can I peek through the hallway? Can I open it up? Because we have to go back out that way, right?
Open up the door. Yep. And sure enough, there's Collins sprawled on the floor.
Collins.
His whole back is just like lined up and peppered with.
Okay, these
You can smell like you can hear the turret next to you, like the barrel's like winding down, kind of a deal.
Okay.
You can smell the gun smoke.
How much of that thing can I take apart? Maybe bring it with us.
Yeah, that's a good idea. That sounds like a disassemble a gun.
Is it out of bullets?
Alistair's just going into like workhorse mode because he's just like fed up.
That's how he copes. Yeah.
So on the on the auto fire, it's like if you fire a burst of auto fire.
Okay. Well, I'm taking a piece from that and a piece of like seeing someone go down.
Okay.
Collins got lit up. That's a
that for sure.
I think disassemble the turret, heavy machinery roll, which I'm gonna say like you need 2 successes, 1 to deactivate it and 2 to make it useful.
All right. Yeah, this is definitely not my forte, but if I can at least deactivate it, that'll make me feel better. Nothing on the
Base
good dice. Yeah, and now for the bad dice. Yeah, just 1 panic.
Oop, roll that d6.
7.
Nervous twitch. Your stress level and the stress level of everyone goes up by 1.
Another one?
Yep.
Holy
Wait,
shit.
crap.
I have 5 stress now.
I'm at 7.
Yeah, me too.
That's a lot. Stressful session. It doesn't look like you're going to be able to get the gun taken apart.
Yeah, can I at least maybe wrench it in the wrong direction or something?
Yeah, that's fine. Yep.
Is it still loaded or no?
Piece of
Or-
trash.
There's still like a belt of ammo for it. Yep.
Yeah.
Oh,
There's
but
not
it's
much
not.
left.
But it's not shooting at us right now.
Nope. Just to double check, you all have like the Collins spoofed ID badge, right?
Mhm.
Yep.
Mhm.
Does not shoot at you, even if it could point at you. It doesn't even try. Does that make sense?
Oh,
Okay.
Doesn't even try to like turn around to shoot.
Yeah, so the badges are working.
Yeah. Well, let's get back to Spencer, and I'll take the milk cart of
Okay.
these two. Although we might, I don't know if we're too weighed down at this point.
Yeah, no, I think we're walking away with +2 supply die, 1 from the operations room, 1 from the medical room.
Yeah.
And this is where we're gonna end this session. I think this has been a good like get back in the groove of things. It was for me.
Yeah.
At the end of every session, though, experience points.
crazy stress though.
Crazy stress. Yeah. I don't know if we handled that right. I don't know.
It wasn't that bad.
Thanks.
Well, I
That's
mean,
what I strive
I'm
for.
kind of,
He's talking about the hamburger.
yeah. It was all right. You know. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of funny because I'm like looking over the rules myself, going like, how the hell do I get rid of all this stress? It's been a while since I remember, and I'm not seeing like an answer that I like.
In between sesh, right? There's a Maybe there's
drugs.
like a way to buy it down or something. I can't remember. Oh no, that's health.
Like if we can
Oh, that's
find a
mothership.
place to rest, I think, but
The Hermes
the
counts.
yeah, and we can like use our signature item once per act, but that like just reduces it by one level. I mean, I don't know. We may want to look into like how we reduce stress because I'm sitting at 7 right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
If we loaded up on a crazy amount of stress this session, because I think we
I
kind
don't think we did.
Oh.
No, I don't think we did.
Oh.
I mean, when you look at the things that cause stress, I think I think I started the session with 2, so I gained like 5 stress, but like 2 or 3 of those I think were related to like Alistair panicking.
Yeah, yeah, those are that's me.
Right. And so beyond that, I think it was like made sense, like seeing people dead and I mean those. Every time you called for stress, Matt, I think you made the right.
Good. Okay. If you ever don't feel that way, let me know.
Oh, this is a game where I mean, honestly, we should be like having to manage our stress all the time.
Good.
Is
Okay.
my take on it.
Okay.
He's gonna start freaking out.
We're there.
All right. Experience points. Everyone gets 1 for participating.
Oh.
Suck it, Spencer. Did you risk or sacrifice something to further your agenda? Do we want to go around the screens and does anyone not feel like that and need help rationalizing it?
I feel like we all did. I mean, taking a risk to walk into the firing arc of this gun with the ID badges, the recently printed ID badges, was pretty risky.
Okay.
Climbing that ladder wound up being really risky.
Yep. I think so. That one I only made you guys roll because you were wearing the spacesuits. I think if you weren't in heavy gear, then it wouldn't have been a problem. Maybe I should have been more transparent about that, because then you guys could have been like, "Oh, then I'll just take the suit off."
Well, we were like fresh out of the ship. We were kind of like, but that's good. We'll adapt.
Did you risk your life? So everyone should get that second point. Did you risk your life for your buddy PC? I don't think that happened. Did you challenge or stand up to your rival? No, I don't think that happened here. Did you make a panic roll? Anybody by chance? Did you overcome a dangerous event using violent or non-violent means? Yeah. Twice, at least, but you only get the one. Did you make a significant discovery or revelation?
I would say so.
I think so too. And last, did you perform an extraordinary action of some kind? I don't think so. I don't think so. And then did you earn any money? No. I think that's going to be a running joke. Sorry. Sorry, Rick. Okay, so I'm looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 or 4 points, depending.
I didn't quite make it to the threshold, but
don't we have some points from last time?
You should have
You
some
might.
points, yeah.
Is it
I think
every 5 you level 1 up, or what is that? How does that work?
I forget. Spending XP. To increase the skill level by 1 step costs 5. Learning a new skill at level 1 costs 5. But you have to have used the skill and succeeded without the skill level during the session or been instructed by a teacher.
does anything just happen kind of like automatically when you hit 10? Or you're just supposed to kind of spend and go?
Yeah, and then talents. Learning a talent always costs 5 experience points, which requires a day of practice and a wits roll.
I think the only one.
So I think my takeaway, sorry to interrupt, Miguel, you can increase the skills you already have by 1 step for 5 points.
There's a ceiling, right?
I think it's 5. To learn a new skill or a talent, you need training or mentoring or time.
Oh, gotcha. So you can increase an attribute or a skill?
A skill. You can increase a skill you already have without doing anything special.
But isn't there like a ceiling? Is it 8? Like you can all go up to 8?
That I don't know.
Okay. Because I think it might be maxed out in a couple of them.
Oh, fancy here.
The only one roll I did, I think, was stamina, right? That was the only rolls we did. I didn't
5
succeed.
is the cap for skills.
Oh, it is?
Yep.
Okay, then I guess I can increase my mobility.
It seems to me like you kind of max out on stuff pretty fast here.
Yeah, I'm
I-
close on a couple right now.
I don't think development is really like character development is really like a thing here in this game.
I don't think it's a major focus. I
Which is
mean, to be honest, like out of the times I've played, this is the very first time where like character development's even been a thing.
yeah.
Most of the time they're like cinematic games and you die.
I'll
Well,
double
yeah.
check. I do have the Building Better Worlds, which looks to be
Mhm.
more campaign focused, so maybe there's some new rules in there. I'll double check.
I was gonna say Rick is having quite a few, pretty good start to his arc right now.
Yeah.
This has been awesome.
Yeah, this has been a really good memory jog on the campaign, guys. Had a lot of fun.
This was fun.
All right.
All right, guys.
Awesome.
Anything else?
Sweet. Yeah. I like that I traded my shotgun for a
Your pistol
Yeah,
for a
scrappy
revolver for a
survivor.
shotgun. Yeah, and like in the moment too, like like 1-to-1. What's a better gun for you?
Well, actually, no. Initially I had just like a regular shotgun, and so that's what I mentioned. Yeah, it got jammed or dropped in the elevator. For the purposes of using the scrap gun, like, do you want me to treat that as same ammo or just kind of like?
It's a shotgun. Just
Okay.
straight shotgun, yeah.
Cool.
Just no serial numbers on it, basically.
And now a bayonet.
That's true, yeah. All right, guys. Anything else?
Cool.
All right, I had a lot of fun. I'll talk to you guys
Awesome.
later. We'll get the next one scheduled right away.
Awesome.
All right.
Looking forward to next
See
time.
you guys.